Yo, you King Fight News. Guess who Eddie Hearn is picking when Deontay Wilder squares off against Luis Ortiz? He made it known publicly earlier today, and we're about to find out. You know what it is. All right, in case you don't know, Eddie Hearn is picking Deontay Bronze Bomber Wilder by KO over Luis Ortiz. He's expecting that to happen within 4 or 5 rounds. That's right, Eddie Hearn, promoter of Anthony Joshua, is looking for a Deontay Wilder knockout of Luis Ortiz. Man, what does that say about Eddie Hearn? This is the guy that I'm sure was involved when the WBA posted Alexander Povetkin in the spot of Luis Ortiz. Back when Luis Ortiz tested positive, he was wiped from the WBA rankings and his mandatory position to face Anthony Joshua. And guess who the WBA put in front? Alexander Povetkin. That's right, Alexander Povetkin is the WBA mandatory for Anthony Joshua. And guess who's fighting? No, guess who's fighting on Anthony Joshua's undercard? It's Povetkin. Povetkin's going to be fighting David Price. And the winner of that fight is supposed to get a mandatory shot against Anthony Joshua. Now, will that happen this year? It's hard to say. Obviously, unifications tend to trump mandatories, right? So Eddie Hearn, if he wants to get it in, if Deontay Wilder does what he expects him to do and knocks out Luis Ortiz, all roads lead to Anthony Joshua in a mega fight towards the end of the year, or in the summer. It could happen in the summer if Eddie Hearn dares, and if Jarrell Miller, lays another egg against Johan Duhaupas. If Jarrell Miller does not look good against this guy Duhaupas, forget about it, man. I think Eddie Hearn's gonna give up on the dude. Because Eddie Hearn's trying to get Jarrell Big Baby Miller in there with Anthony Joshua, so Anthony Joshua can knock him out and look good in the States, and possibly build to a mega fight with another American. And the only one out there is Wilder. So, a lot is on the line when Deontay Wilder squares up against King Kong Ortiz. That's going to be a mega fight. That's going to be a fight that really, I think it's going to do incredible numbers. I think it's going to totally go viral. Whatever the outcome is, that's going to be a night to behold. Because both of these guys can punch. Both of them can box. Both of them know what it's like to really dig deep. I mean, Wilder, he was behind on points against, I believe he was behind on points against Gerald Washington, and he pulls out one right hand, bam, lights out. Lights out, absolutely. So, and even, this is what Eddie Hearn had to say. Let's take a look at what he had to say. Eddie Hearn, obviously he's got a lot riding on this fight as well. I mean, if he wants to make an Anthony Joshua-Deontay Wilder fight, he's gonna have to anticipate a Deontay Wilder victory. Not only that, but it increases his stock depending on how he wins. Let's just take a look at his quote. All these guys can crack. Like Wilder and AJ, they hit anybody on the chin. We appreciate it. If Wilder hits AJ on the chin flush, it's very, very dangerous. And it's just the same way backwards. And that's the worry of Ortiz fight, because Ortiz can punch. He's a very clever counterpuncher, and if Wilder wants to be sloppy in his work, he's going to get counterpunched by Ortiz, no doubt about it. And if he does, he can get knocked out. I mean, anybody can get knocked out, man. Anybody can get it. Will it be King Kong Ortiz? I mean, King Kong, Luis Ortiz. I believe he's got 24-0, 20 KOs, something like that. I mean, the record speaks for itself. This will be Deontay Wilder's toughest test, as I've mentioned before. And, you know, Wilder, he can't be sloppy in there. He cannot be the guy that's throwing these wild-ass shots or jumping in with punches. You know, he's got to really shake off those old habits if he wants to come in here and get a victory. In my opinion, what Deontay Wilder should do, from what he did against Bermane Stiverne, he needs to get out of that zone. Because he's not fighting a Bermane Stiverne. He's fighting a Luis King Kong Ortiz. Ortiz is a boxer puncher. So that, you know, looking for that big shot, that's not going to work. Deontay Wilder needs to get on his feet. He needs to snap a jab, throw long-range shots, and try and nail a straight right hand right down the middle. That's what he's got to do. He's got to work behind the jab. He's got to work behind the jab, control distance, and throw a long right hand. If he can do those three things effectively, I believe he can beat Luis Ortiz. And that'll make things much easier for him if he uses his distance properly. And just look at any Lennox Lewis fight. I'll tell you, look at any Lennox Lewis fight, and there's your key to victory. Just fight like Lennox. If Luis Ortiz ever fought a guy like Lennox Lewis, I think he'd have a lot of problems. Because Lennox never lets you get on the inside. And if he did, he would just clinch. If you ever got on the inside of Lennox and he didn't clinch, that means he was too fucking tired. So that's how Hasim Rahman really got him. So, but the thing is, Deontay Wilder, he ain't no Lennox Lewis. He doesn't have Lennox's jab. He doesn't have his beautiful left hook. But he does have his right hand. He does have a right hand that can crush anybody. So Luis Ortiz, he needs to really watch out for the right hand. You know, tuck that chin in. And, you know, keep his defenses always on guard. And for Luis Ortiz, what he needs to do to beat Deontay Wilder, this is what he's got to do. He needs to slip the jab. He's got to slip the jab. Deontay Wilder's going to be throwing, you know, 5 or 6 jabs at a time. He's going to throw a double jab. Luis Ortiz needs to implement head movement. He needs to implement a counter right hand over the top, or he needs to jab to the body. Those 3 things will counteract Deontay Wilder's jab. What else he's got to do? He needs to put the pressure on Deontay Wilder. Get him fighting off the back foot, corner him against the ropes, or get him to fight with emotion. And get Deontay Wilder out of his comfort zone, taunt him a little bit, and get him riled up, and that's going to get him sloppy. And you get him sloppy, you counter him with the big right hand or a left uppercut, and you take Wilder out. That's the other way to do it. Third way to beat Deontay Wilder? Well, right now there's no blueprint on how to beat Deontay Wilder. So you know, I'm giving it to you right here. I'm giving it to you. How are you going to beat Deontay Wilder? You need to slow him down, man. He's got a lot of volume. He's got a lot of great stamina. You need to get inside of his punching power and try and make this fight on the inside quarters. You got to get real tough in the trenches and dig those body shots, man. You got to get the body shots in there. Get a left hook to the body. You know, punch his fucking arms, punch his shoulders, and just get a little bit dirty with him. You kind of have to get him out of his comfort zone and really make him feel your power. Gain his respect. Because then, once Deontay Wilder is looking for the openings, if you have his respect, he's going to he's going to be watching for your shots. So if you have him looking for your counters, then what you're going to do is feint him and run him into a big shot. That's how you beat Deontay Wilder. There you go. I gave it to y'all. E-King Fight News, y'all know what it is. Smash that like button. And subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And you know what it is. Let me know what you guys think about this fight. Will Deontay Wilder knock out Luis Ortiz? Let me know what you guys think. smash that like button. Does Eddie Hearn have the right prediction? Will it end in 5 rounds? Let me know.